We're making our first 3 eggs. We're going to scramble them today. Alright, let's crack these open. There's one. Alright, there's the second. We got one more to add. There we go. We're going to add some of these store-bought eggs because this isn't enough for us to eat for breakfast. But we're excited. Hopefully by next week we'll have enough, maybe, that that we can eat without having to add these eggs. Think one more, or do you think this is enough? This is 5.
I'm probably one more for the...
Because they're a little smaller than what we're used to.
I think those 3 are about...
Half of our grown eggs. And half of this bottom. We're going to cook them and see what they taste like.
I think the 3 from ours are a little darker.
Yeah, and they look like they've got the smaller yolk too.
Yeah, they will. But they'll get bigger. Exciting.
Exciting.
So this morning I've already gotten started on a project, and as anybody might know, as soon as you buy any house or any property, there's always stuff to do. And so one of the things that I think is very important is taking care of your house. And so in an effort to do that, I have noticed a lot of cracks in my front steps and in my retaining walls down around the driveway and along the back. And I think it's important to not let this stuff get worse. And so today I'm going to attempt to re-mortar, or maybe the proper term is repoint, I'm not completely sure, these steps and that retaining wall. And hopefully this stuff will not only look better, but last longer. Because if you don't do your maintenance, you tend to have other problems. So I've already kind of gotten started on the top. Figure clean it out first, loosen up some of that mortar that's already loose, as you can see there. Then I can start working on it. But you can see just how nasty and how long it's been since these been cleaned. And so later today, hopefully, Noah will come give me some help. I think we're going to hang out for a little bit. And then we'll work on some other projects. But I suspect this one might be an all-day event, because I've got a little bit down there at the corner to work on. And down there. So maybe I'll give an update once we're done, as long as I didn't mess it up too awful bad. Alright, so I finally finished pressure washing everything. And for the record, what I give for that pressure washer was well worth it, even if for only one job. But I'll get to that in a few minutes. As you can see, even in this wall, I got quite a few spots where the wall is settled and things have kind of come apart a little bit. But the worst of it is actually right up here on top, where it's beginning to separate. And so at least a big part of my goal today is to get that filled, if nothing else, so just to keep it from getting worse. We've got a few months until winter, and we mostly just get ice here, and ice destroys stuff like this. As for the pressure washer, I give $70 for that at Lowe's. It was on sale. I think it was actually $79. But either way, it was marked at $100. It was like $20 off. And honestly, I probably would have paid more than $80 just to have somebody pressure wash the front steps in both of my retaining walls. So definitely worth it. It was light, easy, and quiet. So I'm not anti-gas, but that was just easy. Now, come back here to the other wall. This one's not as bad, but it's got a few spots in it. There's a few spots, you know, back here that just need to be kind of touched up. But, you know, nowhere near the amount of settling and cracking that was back there. But there is a little bit of mortar coming out and some separation on the top here. But we'll take care of that. Oh, and for what it's worth, pressure washer makes a pretty effective weed eater. Just saying. That stuff was all tall because I hadn't gotten back to weed eating yet. Since I hadn't been feeling good, I'm a bit behind. And then last, we'll take a look at the front steps again, just so that we have a good before and after. So I had to fix a couple of those spots in the concrete pad up there. But it's starting to dry finally. But there's a lot of spots that are open. And quite a few loose bricks. All on these edges are loose. Got a couple of bricks like this that are actually completely loose. Well, I can't move it now, but they're definitely loose. These are loose. I gotta get some of that mortar out of there. Yeah, you can see that one moving a little. Oh. But yeah, I need to get that out of there. It's quite a bit to do. Cracks along that edge. And then just a few more down here near the bottom. I guess you can't really see it if I'm that far back. But, you know, not the worst. As I said before, if you buy a house, you will have maintenance. And frankly, it just makes sense to learn how to do that yourself. At least a lot of it. So if not, it gets really expensive really fast. Anyways, get back to it. Alright, I'm just out here to get a little progress report. And as you might expect, I'm not very good at this. But you can see the areas that I've been working on. That hasn't dried as much yet, but you can see that at least the seam is sealed. Guess we'll see how long it holds. And you can easily tell kind of where I've been. Yeah. There's a lot more down here, a lot on top. So, good news is, the top is definitely sealed up. Or, well, it's covered. We'll see if it's, you know, see how it holds. But no more gaps in the top. And once this dries, I should be able to brush it off a little bit. So, you know, not perfect, but maybe not the worst. I wouldn't be shocked if I've got to go back and, you know, readdress some of these spots, especially these thicker areas. We'll see how much it opens up, if it does. But that's where we're at so far. It's not been too terribly difficult. I will say the quick setting mortar is a little difficult to work with. I only had about 15 or 20 minutes before what was in the mixing tray started trying to dry. And so I kept having to add some water to get it malleable enough to apply it. So we'll see. It really starts to crumble up like this. So, but anyways, that's the progress report for now. All right, well, final update for the day, because I'm still not feeling 100%. Here's where we've left off. So got quite a bit done. But as I was saying earlier, that quick set mortar, well, frankly, it set too fast. And it started to harden and dry up before I could really get finished. So I'm gonna let this kind of set, and then I'll at some point probably go get some more, and I need to get a wire brush because I can't find mine, so I can kind of help clean some of this off. But you know, I'm not upset so far with the progress, but I'll definitely be getting a different kind of mortar. But you live and learn. First time, so don't really have a good reason to complain. It should at least keep some water out. That's really all I want. So, just headed out to take care of the evening chores with the adult chickens, and I don't really think I've recorded that much, if at all. So I figure now's as good a time as any. It's really nice out. It's comfortable. It's not too hot, not too cold. Mosquitoes are terrible. Walk like 10 steps and immediately get bit. All right. See if the ladies have made their way back into the coop. The other night they locked themselves out. You girls in there? Can't tell. And I usually use the light on my phone, but I can't do that because I'm kind of using the phone. Well, at least one of them are in there. Oh, they're both in there. Good deal. Alright. So I usually like to just double check everything, especially when I first get out here. Well, in the evenings rather. Just to make sure that, you know, the hot wire is still up. It looks like it is. Make sure that it isn't grounded out anywhere. Because I did see a coyote the other night. He was pretty good ways off, but and then the next night I could hear at least 2 or 3 more. I never saw them, but so they're in the vicinity, and I feel like it's a constant worry trying to make sure that everything's secure. But I guess that's just part of it. And just checking around, make sure. So one of them, as I showed in the other video, or I might just combine it into this video, started laying eggs, and I'm like 90% sure it's the brown one. So I'm pretty sure the black one's an Andalusian, and I'm pretty sure it'll lay a white egg. And I haven't seen any yet, so I've also been checking around down under here just to see, because that one seems to like to bed down in here. And they've used the roost a little bit. Give them a good place to sleep during the day, or whatever they want to do with it. All right. Well, I guess the last thing to do is just pick up their food and water and head back to the house. And the nice thing is probably in the next 30 minutes or so, that door will shut, and I don't really have anything to worry about. But a lot of evenings I'll come out here just a little bit later and it's already shut. But it's kind of nice on the weekends because I don't have to worry about coming out so late. anyways, that's that. Alright. Now I'm just headed back to the house to take care of the baby chicks. But I've got a little helper up there waiting for me. Hi! So we'll go up and get her first and then take care of the little ones. They've been doing really well. And I found out today that my dad's actually getting, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 maybe, from his neighbor. So he's gonna have a couple baby chicks of his own. So chicks everywhere. Anyways, I think that's probably all I'll do tonight. So good night, everybody.